thunderous noise cuts through the air. Inside the bus, the teens huddle together in terror as gunshots ring out, making the girls scream and the boys shout in panic. Amid the chaos, Reggie lashes out at Carl, and when Nolan tries to defuse the situation, Reggie gets ready to fight him too. The girls step in to stop the argument. Their quarrel is cut short by an eerie growl right outside the window. They glance up and see the creature, now holding Pedro's lifeless body, its claws embedded in his skull. Screams erupt as they dive for cover between the seats. The beast snarls and grunts, its grotesque talons still lodged in Pedro's head. With the creature momentarily out of view, the teens frantically try to figure out their next move. Frustrated, Reggie stomps to the back of the bus. The radio crackles to life, but the signal is too distorted to make out any words. While the group strains to listen, Reggie is overcome with dizziness. He slowly rises and stares out the back window, pressing his face and hands against it in a trance before collapsing into his seat again. Then, they hear it, the unsettling crunch of the creature's approach. Fear returns like a tidal wave. As the bus begins to shake, the kids scream. Long, clawed fingers appear at the front of the bus, prying the door open. Chaos erupts. The group bolts for the rear door, and Reggie struggles to force it open. Bess grabs a flashlight and shines it directly at the creature. To their surprise, the light seems to repel it. While the beam holds the monster at bay, the door finally gives way and the group escapes. Bess leads them through the tunnel toward a door she spotted earlier, which opens into an abandoned bunker. After walking for some time, they find a room that looks safe enough. Nolan inspects it and decides it'll do. On the wall, Nolan and Bess discover a sketch. It's a floor plan of what appears to be a military facility. They conclude they must find the control tower to restore power. Reggie, however, is skeptical and doubts they'll succeed. Talk turns to Joe, and Reggie reveals that Joe once knew his father. It's then we learn that Reggie's dad is in prison, wrongfully accused, framed for something he didn't do. Nolan takes the floor plan and pinpoints the control room. Bess volunteers to accompany him, catching Nolan by surprise. Reggie wishes them luck as they head out. While they walk, Nolan compliments Bess on her drawing skills and opens up about his mom, who used to paint. He recalls his favorite of her paintings, an image of the blue sea crashing against the shore. Back in the bunker, Carl begins banging rhythms and listing off food he's craving. Reggie tries to shush him, but Carl keeps going. It escalates into a goofy argument until Queenie cuts them off, saying she needs to pee. The boys vote for Reggie to go with her, giving Carl an excuse to keep making noise. Meanwhile, Nolan and Bess stumble upon a massive machine, an enormous spotlight. Bess cynically points toward a nearby cavern where a dead body lies and comments that whatever plan had once involved this light clearly failed. Queenie and Reggie venture off together. Before squatting to relieve herself, she orders Reggie to turn around and stay back. Trying to lighten the mood, Reggie tells her she looks cute when she's angry and jokes about wanting to make her mad more often. When she doesn't respond, he grows uneasy. Calling her name with no answer, he turns and realizes she's vanished. Panicked, Reggie races back to get Carl. Elsewhere, Nolan and Bess continue their search until Bess calls out. She's found the main control panel. Meanwhile, Reggie and Carl search the tunnels, shouting for Queenie as Reggie continues to blame himself. They finally find her, but it's a horrifying sight. Queenie is pinned beneath the creature, which appears to be feasting on her. Without hesitation, Reggie charges forward, swinging his torch to distract the beast just long enough for Carl to pull Queenie free. The creature knocks the torch from Reggie's hand, and it lands in a puddle, snuffing out the flame.